Millions of South Africans still have no access to clean water and proper housing. Women are especially affected by inadequate water supply and sanitation, which violates basic human rights. In some communities, they still have to walk for hours to collect water for their families. Today, we're joined by two community leaders. That's Pamela Mnisi from Protea South in Soweto, and Itumeleng Tsotetsi is from Somalia Park in Vosloorus. They'll paint us a picture of some of the issues in their communities. Itumeleng and Pamela, to both of you, thank you so much for coming into studio. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
On a day like today, Itumeleng, you know, when we think about how far our country has come insofar as human rights is concerned, you know, we like to have these commemorations, and government will bring a number of people to talk about some of the successes that we've achieved over the past years of our democracy. For your community in Somalia Park, what does Human Rights Day look like?
It's more like a normal day. Nothing really changes because it kind of goes on as a normal day. Because we struggle with a lot of things, so we can't say like we're celebrating something. We hardly celebrate. It's normal. It's a normal day.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the issues that your community still struggles with.
We struggle with a lot of things. First thing is, you know, that it's an informal settlement. We struggle with water, clean water. We struggle with sanitation. So we have basically chemical plastic toilets that we're using. So, and then the chemicals as well that are put in the toilets, they're not healthy at all.
Yeah.
They affect our skin as people, more especially women. And then with water, during the day, most of the time during the day, we struggle with water. Our taps run dry all the time during the day. And then when we get water, it's in the early hours of the morning, on like 4, 3, and 5. And
which is obviously a safety concern.
Yes, and late in the evening. And when you don't have water, you'll have to walk to a Jojo tank, and it's far for others. So you find yourself walking through a place where it's not safe. As you know, we've got grasses that are growing. It's more. It becomes more like a forest, but we're in an informal settlement because of the outskirts and stuff. So yeah, we struggle a lot.
But Pamela, as you're listening to what Itumeleng is saying, can you relate to some of the challenges that she's outlining?
Yeah, I can relate to some of the challenges that she's outlining because you get to find out that plus or minus 7 families are using one chemical toilet. So really it brings out a big challenge because as women, we are facing some serious challenges in terms of infections, in terms of diseases, and also our dignity as women I don't know how to put it, but our dignity has been lowered down in terms of these challenges. So, and also she raised the issue about Jojo tanks. Jojo tanks are not even safe, and government don't even service them. So they are every time when we have to drink water, there are some challenges that we come across with. So it's such a big mess.
It's difficult on a day like today where we talk about, you know, some of the things we've achieved. Government will say, but we have come a long way. But we have come a long way in so many years. But for certain communities, it doesn't feel like that.
Yes, it doesn't. I think the issue is that with informal settlements, you always get new people coming in. So that's basically the problem. But then we do, for Somalia Park informal settlement, there's a development going on. It's in Violates extension 4. Although it's very slow, but then it has been mentioned that we're going to move there. We're going to relocate there once they're done building. But then with some of the informal settlements, they don't have developments. Like informal settlement like Zondi, that's in Tembisa. Like there's really nothing going there. They're not sure if there's going to be a development for them.
In terms of permanent housing?
Yes. So yeah, but some of the informal settlements do have developments going on, but some don't have.
Pamela, for you in Soweto, at Protea South, what have you heard from counsellors, perhaps in the past? Because the story that we always get is that during election season, they will come through certain areas of the country and make all kinds of promises about what they want to do to fix some of the challenges in your community. Has that been the case for your community as well?
Yeah, it has been the case, but now Protea South community is under it's under a case. So in terms of delivering, in terms of development. So what is happening right now is we under the process of the UISP program. So as
what
we
does
know,
that mean?
UISP program it's upgrading informal settlement program, of which it was recognized through breaking new ground in 2004. So yeah.
Has that meant any kind of change in your living conditions?
So far, so good. We're heading there.
You are heading there. You believe you are heading there.
Yeah, we believe that.
What makes you think that?
Because there is. Sorry.
No. Go on.
Yeah, because most of the time in our communities, I can say.
Please continue. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, I want to take a break. Yes,
Itumeleng, have you heard about this upgrading informal settlements program?
No, I haven't heard of that, but then I believe it took place for us to get the development that we're currently having. So, because for informal settlements to be upgraded or to have a development going for them, I think this program has to take place first.
Yes.
Yeah, so I believe it happened, and that's why we have a development going in Violates extension for informal settlement. But then not only for us, it also involves the backward dwellers in Villa Lisa and the other community that I'm not aware of.
I mean, the focus of our chat with the two of you this morning is how these lapses in service delivery, this lack of service delivery, particularly in water and sanitation, how it affects, in particular, women, right?
Yes.
And it's multi-pronged. It's in terms of, we've talked about the chemical toilets, the risk of infection, the safety issue when you have to walk for many, many distances to try and get clean water.
Yes.
When you talk to counsellors and when you talk to people who are meant to help you get to a solution, what's the kind of response that you get? Because you're saying even the Jojo tanks are not safe, but they were brought in as a solution.
Yes. Okay, firstly, the first thing why I'm saying it's not safe is that they're not safest, and then where they, like the pipe, where the pipe gets in for the water, like when they're pouring water, it's always open. Like the lid of the tank, it's always open. So you like you see, you get like things get in like flies, things like that. So people can also throw in some things on the tank. So it's not safe. And then again, with the counsellors, we recently got a new counsellor, which is Nkululeko Sidu. We're still waiting to hear from him, because he told us that he was going to come for a public meeting and announce and give us a report of the past 5 years, the last term that the last counsellor had, and give us a report of what went through, what's going to happen from there. So we're still waiting. We don't know, actually. And then I also had a meeting with him. He also promised there's this document that states that if we've got a development going, it states who's going there and who's not going. So we're still waiting on those things. And with the issue of the tanks as well, we raised the issue that the water is not clean, so we're not safe. And also with the fact that with our taps, our communal taps, we're not getting water during the day. We can only get water at night and in early hours of the morning.
So it's women, it's young girls, and of course it's school-going children as well, insofar as issues of electricity is concerned. I mean, how are children meant to study to get through school, to get through matric? What's been your experience in Soweto there, in Protea?
In terms of
electricity.
In terms of electricity.
And just in general, the impact of school-going children. What's been the impact on them?
Okay, I will dwell in electricity issue. We've suffered with electricity for more than years, but at least we managed to get some help through Plan Act, NGO, to draft some petition, and then, today Protea South got electricity via Plan Act.
Your final message The President will be in the Northwest Province this morning, where government will be hosting its commemorations for Human Rights Day. The Northwest Province has its own challenges. You know, Gauteng has its own challenges. What's your final message to the President today?
Okay, my message to the President is that when he's sending through the officials to informal settlement, we beg with him. We don't need food. We just need clarity of what's going on, what's happening. Because when you go to them, when you approach them, they shower with the truth. What we need is the truth. We need to be sure.
No matter what that
is.
Yes, yeah.
We need to be sure. We need to be told that, yes, you are moving. This is what's going to happen, and this is what's going to happen. We don't need them to pity us. We don't need their food. We just need to be safe. We need services. We don't need food. Yes, we just need clarity on our service delivery. Yes.
Pamela?
My final message to the President is that we need him to push in terms of service delivery. We need him to push in terms of service delivery, which is water, sanitation, and electricity, and also give people secure tenure. Because when one given a tenure, it's something, it's a claim that at least this is mine. And I'm telling you, people will build for themselves. You understand? People will build for themselves, and government will support them differently in different communities. When I talk about support, I'm talking about let one says, okay, government, I've got bricks, please meet me halfway with some material. Other one will say, government, I've got material, but please meet me halfway. Because this is a serious challenge. We need to secure of tenure so that we'll take ownership. Because if we stand in a way and say, government, please build us houses, we are overpopulated. And how many informal settlements that are there? Who will benefit, who will not?
Right.
You understand? So this thing is becoming a serious challenge of which we cannot wait any longer. It's been long, and we cannot wait for houses.
Pamela Mnisi is a community facilitator in Protea South in Soweto. Itumeleng Tsotetsi is also a community facilitator in Somalia Park in Vosloorus. To both of you, thank you very much for coming into studio this morning.
Thank you for
this Human Rights Day.